So 11 years at Manchester United and now a testimonial. What does that give you opportunity to do?
It gives me an opportunity to celebrate the day and celebrate my career, and it's a special day for my family, but probably more importantly, if anything, is it's given me the opportunity to start my foundation. All the proceeds from the game will go to the foundation, and something I'm passionate about and that I've had in the back of my mind for some time, about trying to give something back to children, especially, and up to 16. It's the age where I look at when I was at Wallsend Boys Club as a young lad, and it had a massive influence on my childhood, and yeah, it's just given us great memories. But and I'm fully aware that not all children have the opportunity to go somewhere like that and develop, and not just football but social skills and everything like I did. And so yeah, I'm well aware of that, and I'm trying to give something back to make a difference.
Do you think that made a difference to the way you developed as a footballer then, playing as much as you did in that environment?
I think so, yeah. There's a freedom about it, there was an enjoyment, there was a real fun element about it. I mean, I was playing at the boys club till I was 15, 16 years old before I went to West Ham when I was 16, and then 2 years later I was playing in the Premier League. So I'm not saying that's the answer for everyone, but for me it was a massive influence on me, and it was more the environment that I was in. It was, it was safe, it was comfortable, I felt like I belonged there, and it gave me confidence and belief. And it's not just necessarily the sports side of things; it was the cultural side of things. And yeah, I just thought I developed a lot there, and it was such a big influence on me. And I know I was very fortunate to have that on my doorstep, and not many children get that opportunity.
And the way you're going to celebrate this with the testimonial is by bringing back together that 2008 Champions League winning team. That night, is that the standout night in your career?
Yeah, that's the one that just hangs that a little bit higher than everything else. I've been so lucky then throughout my career that I've had some real highs, and achieved some good things, but that's the pinnacle, You ask any player that's playing club football, the Champions League is just something else, so special. And to be able to do it the way it worked out, the events in Moscow, how it was late into the night, penalties, it was so special that I find it difficult to explain, that feeling that gives you, but that is the one that stands out.
What do you feel when you think about it? Is it all a bit of a blur, or can you remember it vividly?
Certain parts vividly remember, yeah. Certain parts are
can you remember the penalty shootout?
Yeah, I remember the penalty shootout, yeah. I remember the feelings I was getting when I was taking one and jogging up to the spot to take one.
What did it feel like?
That was horrible. It was horrible. You got to get yourself into the frame of mind where you almost embrace the challenge though, and positive about it. And it's tough, there's a lot of things going through your mind at that stage, but you got to I tried to simplify the situation and just think, you know what, this is another penalty. You've done it so many times in training. Don't worry about everyone watching. It sounds silly, but that's how I took it. Simplify it and just concentrate on what I could do. My technique, strike the ball well. Hope to keep the ties the wrong way. Yeah, thankfully it worked out for me. I mean, it was so close. It could have gone either way. And I think I respect how close we were coming to not winning it, which almost makes that feeling even more special.
Over 11 years, you've won every domestic honour that there is to win. Obviously, the most special is the Champions League, but you've obviously played with some great players too. Who is the greatest player you've played with?
My personal favourite is because I've played so close to him, played alongside him for so long with Scalzi. I mean, Giggsy's right up there. With Wayne, Ronaldo, Rio, Nemanja. I could go on, a list of 20, 30 players. But for me, just because I played next to him for so long and had such a good relationship with him, Scalzi was something else. The game just was so easy for him at times. And even now, I still don't think people would understand how good he was as a footballer.
Do you feel that a little bit about yourself though now as well? Because you're getting to 35, everyone's talking about whenever you're not in the team, there's a Michael Carrick-shaped hole in the middle of it. Do you feel like now people are starting to realise, oh, actually, this guy is better than we thought?
Maybe, yeah. Don't know. It's difficult. I can talk about Scoresy all day long, but are you asking about me like that? It's a different story.
Like, you think about it. Xavi turns around and says, "You're the most complete player." That must fill you with pride. Are you slightly surprised in a way? And I know you're humble and you're not going to say it, but are you slightly surprised that it took someone like him to say it for people to take notice of it?
Slightly surprised in a way, but then not in other ways. I think it is what it is. Sometimes it does take a figurehead in the game to bring something up for them to make a case for it. That's just the way it is.
Do you feel underappreciated?
Not here, no. Not here at all, no. I've got no right to feel underappreciated, to be honest with you. I mean, things I've achieved have been great, but who can judge? What's appreciated? How much should you be appreciated? I think I've got a great relationship with the fans. The managers I've played here have generally played most of the time. Obviously changes as you get older a little bit. Hopefully my teammates appreciate it. That's the biggest thing for me. If my teammates appreciate playing with me, then that means the world. And yeah.
That dressing room's a bit different to the one that you mentioned earlier when you reeled off the names Vidic, Ronaldo, and co. Scholesy, Giggs. You've now got different characters. Zlatan is one of those. Do you feel like you're sort of almost like the baton passer from one generation to another? And how much of an impact has he had on the dressing room since arriving? Yeah,
there's obviously since 4 years ago, there's been quite a big turnaround in players. So the dynamics and the squad's changed an awful lot. But that can be a good thing as well. We can be sitting here in 10 years' time and we can be looking and reeling the names off of the current squad who have gone on to win some great things and achieve some great things over the next few years. Which is why they're here. This is why we're part of the squad now, to striving towards winning the next thing, winning the next, challenging for leagues, challenging for Champions Leagues. That's where this club has to be. And you only talked about in that bracket as a player, as a team of an era when you're winning things, and so hopefully, like I say, in years to come, this group of players will grow into something special.
Is the manager a big part of that as well?
Yeah, well, the manager leads it all. He's a winner. The manager. He's very similar to Sir Alex in the fact that both winners. It's hard to. You can't underestimate what that winning feeling brings, and winning trophies and how they can.
And is that on reputation or the way he acts towards you?
No, I think it's a bit of both. I think it's a bit of both. But then to get that reputation, you have to win to start with. So you've got to have that inside you to achieve it to start with. Once you've got that, then obviously a lot feeds off that. Coming to this club as a stage the manager's at in his career, he's won an awful lot before, so he commands that respect and admiration straight away. And then added to that, how he is around the squad, what he's saying to the players, his demeanour around certain games, and what he expects, then that rubs off, and people sense this is how to win, this is what we need to do to win. So he's got such a massive job as a manager to portray the right feelings.
I'm not trying to retire you, but post-football, what are you thinking about? I mean, because is it charity work? Are you a coach? Are you a pundit? Are you a social media prankster? I saw you with a kid. A reality TV contestant. Well, what are you going to do afterwards? Because
the first things on the list weren't bad. Then you went reality TV, and it's gone downhill from there.
You can do anything. You've got a choice when you finish. If that's what you fancy.
If it was up to my daughter, I'd be on Strictly Come Dancing.
Would you? Do you fancy that?
Yeah,
well, I don't. Geordie Shore.
I don't. But my daughter would put me on
that area,
Strictly,
aren't you?
But
no. Strictly Come Dancing. What's your dancing like?
A little two-step in the bag, something like that.
You could dance with Stormzy.
Yeah, there you go, yeah. Put his tunes on, two-step with him.
But have you got any plans for afterwards?
I'm doing my coaching badges now. I'm close to finishing my A licence, which is which would be good to, you know, to get that out of the way and know that I've achieved that. It's a good step up that ladder if I can take that off as well. And you know, whether it's managing, whether it's coaching, whether it is media work, punditry type thing, obviously the foundation's going to still be a big part of what I do on the side of things. I'm almost just seeing what comes up, you know. I can't say 100% what direction I want. It almost depends on what opportunities pop up at certain times. I've seen lads older than me who have finished and gone down different avenues, and it's almost that can determine what pops up at certain times, you know, what job offers you get or what opportunities. So all of the above really I'm interested in.
Except for the reality TV bit.
Apart from the reality TV and maybe the two step my storms here.
But what's the longevity down to? What do you do? Are you a gigsy yoga, Pilates person or?
Yeah, I do my yoga, yeah. What's the longevity down to? I think you've got to take care of yourself. You have to take care of yourself, but I think it's a big mental thing as well. I think it's two sides of it, you know. You obviously need physically to be able to do it. Sometimes your body tells you, you know, enough's enough, even if you want to do it. I've seen that before. But then I think mentally as well, you've got to have that drive to want to achieve some more. And the minute that sort of goes, then I think that's a time to say, you know what, I've achieved what I want to achieve, now it's time to go type thing. But at the moment, that drive is as big as ever, especially when you're picking up trophies like we did on Sunday, and you get that feeling again, and you think, I need more of that.
You want to keep playing?
I want to win more, yeah.
I saw you on social media, you had the picture of you in the cup, and you said you can't bottle that feeling. One, how do you keep that going when you're getting further and further down your career? Two, the social media angle, do you enjoy that? Sometimes it's. I think I blow hot and cold a little bit, to be honest. I think sometimes you can quite have some fun with it, and you know, sometimes it amuses me and the people's responses and things like that. Other times I turn a blind eye to it, and you have to, though, for your own sanity. You
have to, yeah. I think, especially, you know, the way the world is now, from one game to the next. If you're reading all the comments to that extreme, then you're either one of the best players in the world and the club saviour, to get yourself out the club, you're no good, you know. So it's, as a player in your profession, you can't start judging yourself on that. But the way the world is now, there's certainly a place for it. And a few years ago, I was probably one of the last ones to get involved in it, really, because
who made you get involved? I just
didn't think. Well, Rio was one of the first ones, wasn't he? And he was.
Was he on your case?
He was one of the first ones, and he was not so much on my case, but he was one of the first ones doing it. And I just thought, it's not really for me, and I just didn't think I'd get involved in it. But yeah.
I love the mean tweets. Every time I get a mean tweet, I have to go around showing everyone it, because it's just, you know, it makes me laugh.
Yeah, it makes me laugh.
Do you do the same thing, or do you?
Yeah, well, I have in the past sort of retweeted some of them just for a bit of banter, yeah. Because you're going to get them, you know. Of course you are. You just got to deal. You can't get upset by it. You just got to take it on the chin. But it's how you want to use it. It's a new tool, if you like, now, social media, and it's used in so many different ways. And who knows how it's going to go in the future. Okay, last question. How does the dream career end? Because you've won everything, played for the best and biggest club in the world. What's the perfect curtain call for you? I don't know, but the way you say won everything, you've never won everything. There's always something else to win around the corner, and it doesn't matter how much you've won. The most important one's that next one. You sound like Roy Keane. Well, that's how it is, though. That's right now. Wednesday morning, we forgot about Sunday, and it was, what can we win next? That's just how it is. At the end of your career, maybe you look back and enjoy the moment a little bit more, but while you're in it, and it's about the next thing. So to answer your question, I really don't know. I'm just looking at the next trophy and the next win. When can that happen? And anything beyond that, then that's almost out of my control in many ways. Good luck. Cheers, Sam. Thank you very much. Thanks a lot. Cheers. Well done, mate.